can we add here to help the situation? We could add a bypass on either side, and we'll start off by doing that, and then I can think about where else we can go. Okay, this is a little bit daring, but I'm going to wrap a road around like that, and then try and drop it back onto there. Yeah, I'm learning that this game is pretty flexible with what you can do, right? So, what's the equivalent on this side? Jammed. I'm aware of the jam. It's not a good situation. Okay, so we go up and over here, and this is going to be really tight. But we're going to try... Oh, I almost dropped it down on the wrong side, actually. We're going to drop it down into that road, and it finally finds a connection. So now let's speed it up, and we see cars are going through that middle bit, and it's... Looks like we're just about going to get away with that one. 201. Now I want to do a little bit of an experiment before we move on to the next level. I'm going to drag down here, and then I'm going to go up. And we can't build over that area. Good to know, because I was thinking maybe a giant roundabout that's elevated would be the way to go. I am also just wondering, if we hadn't built these roads here, we could have perhaps created little connections on either end, and then it would have been the same system. But anyway, that would have been slightly more efficient. Let's go back to the map, you know. I'm just playing this for fun at the moment. We're not trying to get the most uber efficient score each time. Now here, we are working with 4 different connections. Are they all driving? They're not. This one's on the other side of the road, so that'll make it tricky for a roundabout. And then we've got these connections as well. Roundabout always is the way to go, but maybe we could do something a little bit smarter here. You're right, what you're looking at there is a figure 8, but it is a roundabout nonetheless, and some of my connections are pretty appalling, as you might expect. Now, what I'm thinking here is that we can probably connect to this figure 8 in many different places. For example, we're going to have a peel-off road here to go there, but then we can make a bit of a shortcut here. So you're going to look at an absolute jam of roads going all over the place, I reckon, by the end of this. Let's create an exit over here. There you go, nice and simple. Let's make an on-road. Let's come up a little bit so we got space to curve. And then where is the off-road for this? Because this would be the logical part. Oh, do you know what? Let's use both, you see. This right here is kind of far away from that point in the actual loop of the roundabout. So if we pull off at this point and go around like that, that's one exit. But then, let's add another exit here as well, you know? And then we just got this thing to... add, and I've kind of realized that we've added a lot of connections, and okay, let's go over here. Let's take it one step at a time. Now that's got to make its way back onto the roundabout, and there is not a lot of room, as you can see. I think we're gonna have to use like a bridge thing somewhere, and then where do we put it back in? I am not sure. I'm really not sure. Let's go around like this. Let's go up and over, down again, and connect here, right into that traffic jam. Now that thing is going to suffer horrendously. Where's my little menu? It's in the middle. Let's speed it up. It's not as terrible as you might think, so we're going to add a few more connections, and that thing hopefully won't get jammed right before the end of the simulation. So we're going to go from here and add a little turn off like that. So now there's a shortcut there. Alright, I've put in a shortcut over here, and there's 2 other places I'm seeing a spot for a shortcut. And if this figure 8 had been designed a little bit better, this might not be so awful. But we're going to peel off there and go to that part of the roundabout, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to peel off and reconnect. Come on, reconnect. There we go. That's pretty mental. Let's do this. Let's speed it up. And the traffic flows through it fairly well for the most part. It seems to get just completely jammed in this spot here, and we actually passed, believe it or not. Now I think there's room to make this thing better. I'm just not sure if it's going to be worth it. Let's take this road here. Let's pull it back up again. Oh, that looks super janky. We're going to go around the corner, down here, then we're going to go down and drop in. Oh, that's so poorly done. So poorly done. But it is getting used. It's getting used nonetheless, and those jams are now moving all over the place. 206, that was a very interesting one, and our road network is just super derpy. I love it. That's what's amazing about this. Like, sometimes they look good, like this one, and then other times they just look like a complete mess, which is wonderful. Right, so we'll continue going around anti-clockwise. What is this? And where are the connections? Like, I just instantly think, let's put a road in here. I don't know. What are these? Are these like parking spaces or? So I can't do that. Can I go over it? I don't know what this is supposed to be. So that might be a bit of a dud level then. Might have to go do some research and see if there's something to that I'm missing. Ah, now this one right here is kind of like a lot of the other ones that we've done, right? Except they're in the corners, so it's a bit more diagonal feeling. And all of these are on the right-hand side, so once again, you know what it's going to be. Okay, it's a roundabout. Do we need to do any more? Yeah, it looks like it takes a high volume of traffic, so adding in some sort of slip roads might be a good idea. So 228. That being said, rather than slip roads that go just around to the side, how about we do a couple that go from like this side over to that side there. So if we peel off on the outside, and then we go up, and we go across, we'll try and make it look good. That will never happen. And then we connect down here. Connect! It took a long time to connect, didn't it? I'm just wondering if we could have made like a mini roundabout on the inside here that goes in the opposite direction or something like that. Anyway, we're not going to have these for all of the roads, so the opposite road is this one here. So we're going to peel off, we're going to go up, we're going to go across, we're going to go down, and just like that. Now, if you did want to go from here to there, rather than using the roundabout, add a little bit of a curve. Same on this side. Okay, I feel like we might have done this before, or something similar. So 228, we've now used a ton more concrete though, so this has to make a huge difference. It looks like nothing's hardly using it, which is disappointing, to be fair. 169, it went down, ladies and gentlemen. Fire a Suma. He's not good enough for this job. Let's go to the map. Let's go up to this one right here. Ah, now something very interesting looking. Yes, now, each one of these has always got to go to one of the others, so at some point we need something kind of like a roundabout, right? Now, your obvious instinct might be just to connect these roads up and then add attachments to these main roads, right? But here's the thing, they have to visit, both of these roads have to visit all three of these locations. You know, the distance between these two connections is going to be a problem. I've said that many times. Probably sound like a repeating record. If I could just build this road here independently, this circle could be much nicer positioned. This over here could join a little bit sooner, and those could be further apart. And I think that would let the traffic flow through it much better. Let's make some connections, and then let's go down and rejoin that road. So if it's not obvious what we're doing here, I just kind of realised that this might not work as well as I had hoped. Anyway, let's give it a try. We're going to use the roundabout to distribute traffic to and from these places here. How we're going to do it at the top, I haven't really thought about. And also down the bottom here, I hadn't really thought it through either. Let's then peel up here. Hi, let's go up and connect to that roundabout just there. Then this one's going to go like that. Just about makes the connection. It looks super tricky. Look, the car goes under and then it goes on top. Right, and this is going to cause all sorts of traffic problems, I'm sure. So, where do we want this one? I'm thinking that could go around there, but then that connection, we're literally probably going to have to go like up and over all of these roads and connect somewhere really awkward. As long as this thing joins the network, it joins the network, right? So, we're going to join here. Oh, God. And then, how are we going to get off this roundabout? We're going to get off here. Okay. Ooh, that's not a particularly great... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever done. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's going to be so bad. Let's watch the cars over... Oh, they kind of make their way around. Sure that's slowing them down. Oh, goodness me. That would have been wonderful. Anyway, 296 is not a bad score, is it? It's really not. So, back to the map, and we're going to do this one right here next. Ah, and the river connects. Of course it does. Now, I'm sure we're going to be able to build over the river, unless these things don't want to go to the other side. So, big roundabout in the sky seems like a cool idea. However, I still want to have roads that go straight through. So, this is going to go like that, up and over, and then what we're going to do is build our roundabout outside of the space of this. Because otherwise it would connect to it, which we don't want. Okay, there you go. Now, when it comes to building the roundabout, I've done this off camera a couple of times, so this time I'm going to do it on camera, right? We've got to think like this thing's coming in to join the roundabout, and then it's going to join somewhere here, and that's me starting the roundabout. Oh, this is just going to look bad because my technique for this isn't so great. Yeah, and then we've ended up with a bit of a rough turning. Anyway, let's go down here, and we've attached that one. Then let's come over here. Give that one a little... Oh, that's another tight one as well. Down you go. Bam. Right, so we've connected these two together and those two together. These ones need connections now. This should be pretty simple. Up you go. Right, and then we need an off-ramp connection, and there's not a lot of space because of where I've done this one. Is that one going to connect? Has it connected yet? Okay, it's gone away. That'll work. And down here, and I think that's just too tight for it to be very good. This side, we need to go up and connect. Bam, and then we need a exit ramp down here, and that's all of the connections made. I believe, apparently no. Apparently I've missed something somewhere. I don't know what it is I've missed, because you go on and off of the roundabout, you go on and off. And so does this, or unless that doesn't actually... No, you can see them going round. I'm not sure where it thinks there isn't a connection. Is it here? Is this road only going off? No. Everything's connected. Right, that time it gave me network complete, and this time it also clearly looks a lot jankier. Now there's places where we can make this a little bit better. You can see there's a lot of traffic getting caught in this little bit, and then, oh... Looks like it was about to jam, people, but we got away with that one. So let's add in a little road like that. Okay, just for those that want to go to that destination. There should be something similar on this side. Okay, like so. And I'm not really sure where else we'll add connections, but let's see how much of a difference that makes. Looks like it's made it worse. Oh my god, it has. It's jammed it. Oh dearie me. Are you ready for some ultimate jankiness? We're going crazy on this one. We're going to go up. We're going to go up again. We're going to go over here. We're going to come down. We're going to come down again and join that. Go on, join. Oh, it's gone all the way over there without snapping. That's very... Oh, that's very worrying. Then we want to do the same thing on the opposite side. So this one, we want to have a shortcut down to there. So we're going to peel off. We're going to go up. We've got to go... Well, I've messed that up. Up again. Yeah, I may have made this about 10 times worse at this point. And you found your connect. And you're still there on the screen. Go away. Let's see if that helps. I mean, cars are using it, and now they're whizzing through here. So despite its jankiness, that turned out to be pretty good. 253, ladies and gentlemen, we've improved it. But let's go back to the map, and let's go onto this one. And what do we got to do here? I'm thinking... Well, actually, a roundabout would be okay, but we've only got 3 connections, so maybe we'll do something a little different here. So thanks to these trees, our roads here have been separated a little bit. Now all we've got to do is get a connection from this onto both of those roads and the other way around as well. I'm thinking what we might do is peel off a connection here that goes up. Right, so it can go over that road, then it's going to come down again for now. And then it will go up here. I'm starting to see now that there's not a lot of space to work with. Okay, and that just about worked. So, yep, that's actually going the right way. Just had to double check. The other place I want to make a connection is like this. And peel you round into there, okay? So that's one of the connections done. Now we've got to do the other side. Right, so to follow on the same principle, we're going to bring this road over to that side. I was going to sort of go up and over and around this way, but remember... This game kind of lets you get away with a lot, and apparently sometimes not. Oh, what am I doing? No! This is not the time for things to go wrong. I wanted to... It's not letting me get away with anything now. There we go, finally! Goodness me. Oh, that could have been all kinds of messed up there. Well, let's see what the traffic does. It won't let me speed it up. I think we've ruined this. There's no roads going through. That thing looks like it's unfinished. Oh, I don't even know what's happening. Yay, this time I didn't screw up. Okay. That should be a completed network. Clearly I've missed something, so that road and this road can go Oh, I built that bit the wrong way around. Oh, what a silly sausage. Okay, ignore that little road there. That was me thinking the way I was before and making the wrong sort of connection. So this now has to do that. Come on. There we go. Network complete. Let's speed it up. And you know what? It's not that bad. There's a lot of traffic coming through here, though. 167. It wasn't very good, was it? There was obviously a better road design available. Let's go back to the map. We've got one level left to do. Can you believe it? Right, let's jump in there. And kind of looks like another roundabout job. And considering that all of the connections are on the right-hand side, I think it's going to be a roundabout. What I'm going to try and do here, though, is learn from all the things I've talked about before and try and make the roundabout nice and big. And oh, that goes a little bit too close at the top. Try and make the connections spaced apart fairly evenly as well. That's going to be our goal for this one. Network complete. Up the top here, you'll see there's like a downwards and a left arrow. It sort of went all janky up there. Now, I reckon what we'll see is a lot of traffic come through here and it not do so good. As you can see, that's exactly what happened, and it's going to get jammed. Or not jammed, we just about squeezed through. So the deal here, I reckon, is that, you know, there's a high volume of traffic to deal with. So although we've got the right principle in mind, there's so many cars that we actually need more road to push all of those cars through. I'm thinking maybe a second roundabout on the inside might help. Let's just give that a try. Let's not even think about it, okay? So enough room for connections to sort of come off and go back on again. And that is another roundabout going in the other direction. Let's see if anything actually uses it. I've got a feeling that I've done these connections wrong, because that's an on and that's an off, and this is an on and that's an off. So it's like a shortcut across on two sides, but not all of them. And they are getting used. I think it's going to cause more problems than it solves. There is a fair amount of traffic occasionally whizzing through there. I think I had the right idea but the wrong execution, because what you saw, this one right here, loads of them seem to come around like that and, you know, take a longer route to the same destination. Let's try this one more time, I reckon. Let's do one more take on it. So now you're probably thinking, X, you are a madman. You have got the wrong idea here. Well, large volume of road to keep the roads on. Let's see how that performs. This is not too terrible, is it? Oh, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon, didn't I? Now, I know that might be painful to look at, but I was thinking, why don't we have a junction, after we got these junctions here, the two of them, that goes and skips the two in front of it. And I think I've actually done that entirely wrong. That one goes there. So the next one skips this one and that one. Okay, that's actually correct. This one peels off and skips those two junctions, so it comes to over here. And it's the last one that I've actually got incorrect. It only skips one junction, so that in theory should rejoin over here. Let's go and actually add that connection. I know we're using stupid amounts of concrete, and this is the most awful roundabout you've ever seen, but it was just an idea, and let's see if it actually helps. I mean, cars are using it, just not a crazy amount, and if this thing gets jammed, I won't be surprised. 160, you know? I gave it a shot, I tried some ideas, it turns out I don't know what I'm doing.
I serve because I love where I live.
I serve part-time, so I can study for my degree.
I serve.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode in our Freeways series. This is now episode number 4. If you're enjoying the series, hit the like button down below. It helps out here on YouTube. Thank you in advance for doing that, and I'm not going to waffle on about it for too long. Let's jump straight into this. I have got a big tip to show you, okay? I've known about this before, but some of you have made me very aware now. If we hover over these signs, it will give us arrows showing where the traffic goes. The size of these arrows is actually important. It's telling you how much traffic is going to flow to that location. Now, what I want to do is use this to try and make a better road system, okay? So, if we have a lot of traffic going from here to there, then a straight road that allow the traffic to go through would surely be nice and efficient. So we are actually going to start off by doing exactly that. Now the traffic here wants to flow across back to the other side, and it wants to go up as well. So we're going to try and make some nice straight roads here. The other place it wants to go to is just over here. Very good. Where does this one want to go? It likes to go to green and red. Since red is right next door, let's just drag this down like so, and we've got a nice connection right there. So what does green want to do? It wants to go to yellow. This one might be a little bit tricky to make looks smooth and have the cars going through it nice and smooth. There we go. And then yellow mostly wants to go to purple. Now at this point I think we'll refrain from giving it an independent road, as what I'm going to do next may or may not be obvious. And also I have no idea how to start this. I think we're literally going to start with this one right here. Okay, so that's going to come up. We're going to go out a little bit, and then we're going to create a roundabout. And I really hope this works out. Right. That is a big old elevated roundabout. And what we're going to do is create connections from all the road onto this roundabout. So we could have just that system alone, right? Everything plugging into one roundabout. But we've given the main sources of traffic their own sort of priority lanes to get to stuff. So I'm going to add all these connections. It's going to take me a moment. And then hopefully that'll work out for us. You can get away with a lot in this game, and I think my connections here are pushing the edges a little bit. And I thought that we made all of the connections. Where have I missed something here? It also doesn't look like it's working particularly well. They all have connections to the roundabout, so they should, in theory, connect to everywhere. I've spotted it. This one right here. We need to go down, and then connect into that road. And now the network's complete. And it's not going to look so great, is it? You can see it gets jammed up pretty easy, but we can add more roads, right? We didn't even successfully simulate. So I thought I, did a really great job figuring out, how we should approach the levels now that we've learned about these levels. And apparently it's not that good. It's not that good at all. Okay, 2 extra roads. This sends quite a bit of traffic down there, so we've made that connection. Then over here you can see it wants to send a lot to purple, so I've added this road here, which probably should have been there from the get-go, and this whole thing could have been better designed. So let's simulate it. We're still getting lots of traffic. It's yellow, lots of yellow ones coming from blue, I think. And at least we passed with 64. And you know what? I feel like a bit of a failure right now, but I hope you're enjoying what we're trying to do here, even if I'm not very good at this game, because I enjoy playing it. And apparently me taking the time to look at some levels and think about it didn't really help my case. I've looked at quite a few levels around the outside here. There was one at the top that looked really interesting. Maybe it's the one in the corner. This was it. Actually, there were a couple that were interesting. So let's do this one next. We're just going to pick the levels at random. So large amount of traffic's going to either side. And yeah, basically it's all equal distribution here, right? Most of the traffic is going to go to these two. Okay, this is no joke. I think a roundabout like that might help us. It's going around this way as well. And to be honest, when I try and think about what's going on here, there's so much to consider. I quickly kind of lose the idea a little bit. We've got blue ones coming out of there. And the reason that I've wrapped it around in this direction is to try and create short junctions between the exits. Right now, some of these will be green, so they go the long way around. They go all the way down here. And we're actually going to add a little ramp off like that, bam, down to there, and that's deliberate. We don't want the blue ones going the long distance, right? We want the green ones, and hopefully this is a fairly effective way of doing that. So now what we need to do is give this an on-road onto the roundabout, and again, it's already got this connection here, so it can go directly to reds, and then what we'll do is put it on here, like so. Let's get a good connection, nice. And it's got a relatively short journey to green. Now the smallest amount of traffic is purple, right? So purple goes around the long way somewhere over here to the exit point, which we'll have to think about because I don't want to cross over the entrances and exits too much. And that's my general thinking for why we're laying it out like this. Okay, so that's one connection, and now that I've put that there, I'm not sure if this is actually the best place to put the next one, but we're going to bring it on just over here. It's going to connect in that space. And there go the blue cars. So the blue cars aren't going a horrendously long journey. They're joining the ramp here, going around the top and off at that point. So far, so good, it feels like. Now, this one needs to connect to all three. It will, of course, do that as soon as it joins the roundabout. The thing here is that it's not really near the entrances of the green and red. It's this road here that has the close connection. So with the entrance being here, we haven't actually made an off-ramp of here yet because green can't get to red, can it? So the road is unfortunately not giving us a lot of space, but if we imagine this road isn't here, then actually there is some space. We're going to go down and we're going to go around and under like that. and connect there. Now, is that a good spot to have the red connection? Not entirely sure. This one has to go exit up there, and you know what? I think it's probably all right. But now when this one connects, it can get to red, it can get to green as well. So we are going to come across. These roads are going to go crisscross, if you like, and then it's going to connect right there. And I was expecting to hear that the network is complete, but it's not apparently. I must have missed something somewhere. That thing still has an arrow. Oh, please tell me that connected. That would really suck if it didn't connect. Aha, we are missing an exit right here. We're going to go off like that, come down, and connect to this road. Now, I'm not good enough to evaluate all of the traffic here, but it might also be smart to have a peel-off road going there so that purple doesn't go all of the way around. But at the same time, I was thinking, this looks bad because we join right before this connection. So, although it's now going to lower our overall score, let's say we were to go up, bring it over to this part and join there. You know, and maybe if I were even smarter, which I'm not apparently, what if we have a connection coming off of here that goes straight across and then goes down and joins the connection to the red road? There we go, like that. So they're using it, which is good. This road is now going to be completely redundant, and it looks like they can kind of go straight over and around to the red. So that probably would have been the better way to have done that connection. And let's just run the thing now, because clearly we've got backups. I think there is a lot of blue coming out of green that needs a more direct road. So with a score of 86, what are we going to be doing? Just essentially creating a shortcut across the middle. So they come off of there. Let's drag it like this. Okay, now where are we going to come back down again? We're going to have to go up before we can go down. We're going to go down again. Oh, that was a silly move. Let's hope that somehow that magically works. And it kind of looks like the traffic crosses over each other a little bit. But that definitely made a difference, didn't it? And now we're up to 140. You know what? I don't know if my thinking was even on the right path when it comes to traffic management. I ain't got a clue, but at least I'm trying, something, people. At least I'm trying. Now, this next one here was one that I looked at earlier. And if it wasn't for the space that you're given here, I think this one wouldn't have been too difficult to work out, because basically you want to make a strong connection from here to there and back again. So let's do exactly that. Let's drag up here. And again, we're going to try and make nice and smooth roads. And by the way, this app is available on Android and on the iPads, or, you know, iOS, whatever you want to call it as well. And I got it on my iPad, and I was drawing roads with it, and it's so much easier when you're pointing your finger and using that instead of the mouse. It really makes a huge difference. Now, what we've got to do next is, yeah, get a connection to both. And that's where things get a little bit tricky. There's not a lot of space up here, but that's the ideal place to do it, because there's not going to be a lot of traffic coming out of here. So you want a peel-off road to come down here and go like that. But now we need a peel-off road from blue to red. So we'll use this gap through the middle to do that. So from blue, we're going to come over here, and we're going to connect with red. Now, red's got to make a connection to both green and blue at this point. So if we go up like so, and across to that road there, that's going in the direction of green. And then, how do we get, you know, like I said, if there were more space here, how do we get them to go around? I think I'm just going to add a cheeky little U-turn somewhere here, you know, just like that. And that's a completed network. Let's see what happens. Yeah, a little bit of traffic just up the top there causing some backups, but otherwise I'd say that was really decent. Only 187. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm not that good at this game. It's probably one of those ones that's going to take you a long time to learn, you know, how to be really good. So let's check out this one. Right, having straight roads go between those two seems like a smart idea. Then the distribution isn't so one-sided. I reckon this is going to be quite simple. We're going to use a roundabout again, so this is going to let's start again, peeps. I wish there was an undo button. Apparently these roads cross over, which is fascinating. So we'll do the same. We'll crisscross. Okay, and then what about the roads on the side? Oh, great. They also do the same thing.
So Bespoke Post, they just send you a cool box every month.
Wow, this is good, awesome.
Where on earth would a roundabout even go at this point? And oh, the connections are going to be so shoddy because the roads cross over each other. Let's take that and bring it through the middle here and dip it into that road. So we've made a connection from that side over here. Now this one doesn't have a connection to over there. We're literally just going to do every road individually now. Otherwise I think it's going to be a nightmare. So I'm going to peel you down and oh, that's such a bad... I don't think that even connected properly. Let's try again. Except let's drop it there. There we go. So there's two little exits. That's obviously very inefficient, but those two are connected to one another. So now what about red to blue? Okay, it's this road up here that wants to go to that road there. So, ooh, you shouldn't do that. You're at different heights. Ah, that sucks. Right, we're going to go down, underneath. Yeah, this is a terrible road system, I know. I think what I made the mistake of doing was putting the roads close together to begin with. Looks like they're going to need a lot of space. You will then want to go over to red, and again, it's on the opposite side. Everything is going to be really difficult. Okay, it's a roundabout now. I'm going to call it a rubber band design. Is that all right? We're going to go up and over, and then we're going to go like that, and then down, just on that road. The other road's going to be different. We're going to come up. We're going to drop down like that. Very good. Very good. These ropes look terrible. I know. They always do on this game for some reason. Let's add a little connection there. That looks like a nice and easy one. This one over here has got a nice and easy one as well. Now that's because of the direction of the roundabout is kind of easy to work with at the moment. You want to keep going, do you? Okay, and now you're just gone. Fair enough. Fair enough. No. It gets a little bit tricky over here because we want a turning to go off from there onto this one. I reckon we can sneakily just put it underneath like that, which is kind of what we'd want to do with this one here, right? So, okay, so we are literally just going to squeeze this in right here. This is where like having the ability to edit the roads would be great, just to push that back a little bit and give you more space. But I guess those two are officially connected to the roundabouts. The next two are going to be tricky because, well, actually maybe not. We'll go up a little bit and then we'll do the turn. And that means that the traffic is going to cross right over each other here, which is probably poor design. This should actually go up straight away. And hopefully it will know that this is the better route to take. Then we'll go down and join over here on this corner. So hopefully they start using that now. That's better because that one right there is rubbish. Excellent. The other cars can just go underneath. Very cool. So we don't want to make the same mistake over here, and that shouldn't be a problem because that has got to have the easiest connections of all of them. Now the network is complete. Let's simulate. Let's see the traffic, and we can probably add a couple of extra roads to alleviate stuff, but it kind of looks really good. I can't believe we got a good score on that. 287. Now, I think the place we can improve is this bit here. Obviously, there's lots of traffic coming out here. Some of it wants to go straight across, which it's got a road for. Some of it, not a lot of it, wants to go to the right. And it seems to be the purple cars that are building up around here. So maybe it would be smart to then come over here and drag a road like that. And look where it's got to go, actually. So we might as well continue this and try and drop it, bam, on top of that. Okay? Then I reckon it's probably going to be the same thing over here, right?